Wisconsin. Okay. Hi there. It's ML with ML's Words of Wisdom from Wisconsin. And today's show is another one of those shows that was based off of another show that I did a couple of days ago, which was a show on the coronavirus, COVID-19. And you seriously have to go see the cdc.gov website. And I think now I've learned that there's a new one, coronavirus.gov. But make sure you spell corona properly, because there's a beer by the same sounding kind of name, but you spell that differently. And you can go to their website, and I'm sure they have, information about their beer, Corona. Very nice with a lime. You put a lime in it, and it just gives a little refreshing. It makes you feel like you're on a vacation somewhere and down, in Central America or the Caribbean when you have a Corona with a lime in it. But anyway, you got to go to the coronavirus.gov and CDC website and get all the information that you need. This show is going to give you some tips and some new ways to greet each other, because one of the problems that they're having, especially in Italy, I just saw it on the television. One of the problems that they're having is that people are, with their cultural traditions of salutations, some people, they greet each other kissing their cheeks, and other people, they kiss their hands. It's like, oh, so pleasure to meet you. Mwah. All this kind of stuff. And people are, in our culture, we shake hands or we high five. Or in some cultures, they touch noses. You can't do that anymore, especially with this virus. You can't do it, because that's how it spreads. And I just did a show about all the songs and things that you can sing and say for 20 seconds while you're washing your hands, because you're supposed to spend a good 20 seconds washing your hands. So if you wash your hands and then you go and you shake somebody's hand who's just, touched their nose, then it's all over. You got to start over again. So I'm going to give you some alternative salutations and greetings that you can use at your disposal. Have a complete, tool kit of all sorts of different gestures you can use to greet people. Okay, so here's one of my favorites. It's called the I love you sign. See? It's an international sign language. I love you. So you could just say like, hi, and do that. And that's a totally accepted. Everybody should know what that means by now. And if they don't, if they've ever watched Hawaii Five-0 with Jack Lord, oh, excellent show. Used to watch that all the time. Da, 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 da. You greet with the shaka bra in Hawaii. They all go like this. Hey, shaka bra, mon. I don't know what that means, but, it's a nice little gesture. You can do that. Then another excellent show. Oh, so much inspiration comes from television for me. Star Trek, Spock. Live long and prosper. You can do this. Some people can't separate these fingers, or like they can wiggle their ears or roll their tongue. I think it's genetics. So I can do this. I'm special. And if you're special too, you can do that. If you can't do it, well, then there are other things that you can do. You can put your hand on your heart. This is very, ceremonious. Like, I greet thee. Oh, and speaking of that, look at the royalty. Queen Elizabeth. She's like an octogenarian. She looks great. In lime and magenta. She wears those bold colors and she looks fantastic. And you know why she's lived so long? Because she uses social distancing. That's what they're saying. You're supposed to be like 6 feet away from everybody. So now I'm like 6 feet away from myself. And that they say that, and look how long she's lived. You know why? Because she doesn't shake hands. You're not supposed to touch the queen. So this is what you can do. When you greet someone, you can say, greetings, my liege. Let's go back to bowing. Or let's go back to courtesying, doing a curtsy, whatever. Yes, Your Royal Highness. And then maybe end it by going like this. These are all new ways that you can do for salutations and greetings. You can also do like the peace sign. I am innocent. You know, you could do that. You could do, you know, just like waving. Sometimes when people see me, they go like this. And I think that means, you know, like, hey, your hair looks good today. I look a little bit like Ann B. Davis, Alice on the Brady Bunch. So anyway, these are alternative things that you can do to protect yourself and others with social distancing, but still be able to say hi and recognize people with a gesture. Okay, well, I just wanted to give you some ideas, and I want you to stay safe now. Okay? All right, bye-bye.